Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the Rogue Lacquer Imagineers Lands of Imagination collection. This is kind of an expansion on the Imagineers polishes that she came out with last year. They're jelly-ish crelly bases with like these glowing glass fleck iridescent flakies and black flakies in there as well. These are available right now, so I will link the Rogue Lacquer website down below where you guys can check these out, and I'll get into the swatches. The first polish is called Adventureland, and this is described as a lime green crelly with gold glass flakes and chartreuse and black metallic flakes. So the base is a little bit sheer in this one, but it is packed with flakies. This is the only one that has those gold flakies in there as well, and they really do lend quite a bit of coverage to the polish since the base is a little bit more sheer. Great formula on this one. Everything goes on really smoothly with very little manipulation needed to make sure that it's like covered very evenly, and it covered completely in 2 coats because that base is sheer enough for you to see all of those flakies, but opaque enough to cover up really well. The flakies here lay relatively flat, but there are a lot of flakies, so you will still have a little bit of texture to that. You will definitely want a top coat, but it shouldn't be too difficult to remove because they are very thin and fine. So that is 2 coats of Adventureland. The next polish is called Frontierland, and this is described as a tangerine-leaning coral crelly with pink glass flakes and black metallic flakes. This one is also sheer, but it's a little less sheer than the previous one, which works out well because this doesn't have those gold flakies in it, so you're not going to get as much coverage from the flakies. You need a little more coverage from the base. Again, great formula. Everything distributes really well. You can see all the elements. The base isn't too opaque where it's covering anything up. Really like this, and I also really like that neon glowing look that these flakies have and that slight like purple pink flash that peeks out of that base. Easily covered in 2 coats. So that is 2 coats of Frontierland. The next polish is called Tomorrowland, and this is described as a cyan blue crelly with lime, glass flakes, and flecks of gold. So this one is also a bit sheer on the first coat, but also has a lot of flakies that give quite a bit of coverage. The iridescent flakies in this one look like they are battery powered, like they're backlit or something. It's insane how much glow you get out of these, and this did build up really nicely in 2 coats. Very good formula. So that is 2 coats of Tomorrowland. And the last polish is called Fantasyland, and this is described as a violet crelly with pink magenta glass flecks. Also a little bit sheer, but a good amount of flaky coverage. I really like that pink glow that those flakies have. Great formula on this, just like the rest of the collection. This one I had a little tiny bit of nail line showing if I looked really closely after 2 coats. It was the kind of thing that only I was going to be able to notice, but if you have longer nails or a whiter nail line, you might want a 3rd coat to cover that up, but I don't think that's super likely. So that is 2 coats of Fantasyland. So I liked Frontierland a lot more than expected. This is not usually a color that I would go for. I'm not really a coral person, but I love that contrast, that slight purple shift that those flakies had glowing up from that coral base. And then when the color built up all together, I don't know, it was just a very nice shade of coral that I really liked seeing on my nails, which again, not usually a coral person, so I was very surprised by this one. I am a blue nail polish person, so I really enjoyed Tomorrowland as well. I like the black flakies in here. I also really love those iridescent flakies. Every polish in this collection was like this, but I really appreciated it in this one where those flakies glow from underneath that base. The base is sheer enough for you to see that glow, but also opaque enough to build up on its own. The flakies almost look like they're some kind of like backlit, like they don't look like they're just a nail polish. They really do look like there's some kind of like backlit glow to them. So that is the Rogue Lacquer Imagineers Lands of Imagination collection. Again, I will link that website down below where you guys can check those out because they are available right now. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later.